Yay Networks.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Cornelius Lindsay back with another episode. This is Life with Heather and Cornelius. And as you probably can see, it is just Cornelius today. Why, per se? Because my wife is not feeling well. And so she sends her love, which is me. So you got to deal with me. So sorry to those out here who want my wife, but you get me. So sorry that I disappoint you. I'm sorry that I'm not enough. I'm just playing. But anyway, today I want to talk about like true soul care and true self-care. Well, really self-care. Let's talk about some self-care because, you know, nowadays people reduce self-care down to, they reduce self-care down to like, you know, green smoothies and massages. And that's just really not it. You know what I mean? Like self-care is inclusive of what you put in your body, what you're taking outside of your body. And then it's also inclusive of like, you know, hard things that you're willing to do because you know that they can have a greater outcome for you on the other side. Like things that you know can really produce something, you know, great on the inside of you. And it's like you actually doing them. So like, you know, you may not feel like making the bed, but then you go ahead and you make the bed because you know that doing that the first thing in the morning kind of jump starts your day and it lets you feel accomplished in the very beginning part of your day. So it's like doing hard things. That is a big part of self-care. And so I just want to have this like talk with you. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? What are you taking in? And just, you know, throwing this out there. I have been doing this like whole fitness thing where my goal is to do a body physique competition in June. And so, you know, I started this process. I think I was like 240 something. You know, I'm down to like 224 right now. I still have, I don't know, maybe 15 to 18 more pounds to lose. And it's been a lot, but the whole process is just about, hey, what I'm putting in my body and what I'm taking out and what I'm really doing to my body. So it's like my workouts are very structured. My food intake is extremely, extremely structured. Like it's not anything like fancy. It's just like, you know, chicken and like a sweet potato, not even a whole sweet potato. Bro, I don't even get a whole sweet potato. I get like a piece of a sweet potato. Can you believe it? Like it's enough sweet potato just to piss you off. That's how much sweet potato I get. It's not a lot. It's not a lot at all. So the chicken, the sweet potato, and you know, I mean, it's just a rotation of that. And then all the greens that I want. But I absolutely hate vegetables. So, you know, suck on that. I don't know what else to do with that. But nevertheless, it's about staying true to what I need to put in my body. Because I know what my body needs. I know that my body needs, you know, lean meat. I know that I don't want to put all the fatty meat in me. So I know I have to put the lean meat. You know, I know that my body is going to need the greens, blah. You know, I know that my body needs the protein. I know that my body needs the creatine. I know that my body needs the additional vitamin Bs. I know I need the vitamin D. Like it's certain stuff that I know that I need. I know I need the omegas. I know I need the krill oil. Like it's just certain stuff that I know that I need. And if you're listening to this and you're like, well, I don't know what I need, then that's like the first place where you need to start. You need to figure out, okay, do I have any goals whatsoever with my body? Or have any goals whatsoever with my life? Like you may not be working towards a body physique competition. You may not be working towards anything. And right now you just want to just exist and just not, you know, roll over and just, you know, die of exhaustion and stress. And if that is the case, then so be it. But you still want to know, okay, what am I lacking? And you probably need to go and get tested. Like you need to go and get the needle in the arm, let them go ahead and test out your blood, especially like for the men. Like I didn't realize this, bro. And this happened to me maybe 6 years ago. Was it 6 years ago? 5 years ago? Man, probably almost 6 years ago now. But I was just turning 30 and I was super, super, super sluggish. Like super sluggish, not wanting to do anything. My brain, like, well, I had foggy brain. I couldn't remember stuff for too long. It was just really, really bad. I found myself like being being hecka tired all day long. I was stressed out all day long. Of course, I was a pastor. Why else wouldn't you be? I was stressed out all day long, and it was just tough. And I remember going to this men's facility located in Atlanta, Georgia. And the cool thing is, wherever you're located, they can do virtual appointments for you. I remember going there, and the place is called Newberty. It's a men's wellness league. And I remember going to Newberty, located right there in Sandy Springs, Georgia. I remember going, and I remember kind of telling like some of what my symptoms were. And they're like, okay, so, they stuck the needle in the arm, boom, they took my blood, sent it off. I went back in for a session, and they were like, hey, I don't know if you know this, but your testosterone levels are way down and your estrogen levels are way up. And, I was one of those, idiots who didn't think that men had estrogen because I'm a man. I didn't think men had estrogen. I don't know, maybe I was the only person who thought that, but maybe some of you out there else who were like, oh, I didn't know that. But anyway, I didn't know that, but my estrogen levels were way too high and my testosterone levels were way too low. And they're like, we need to fix this. You got to get on, we had to get on some replacement therapy, but then they were also talking about, you need to change some of your activities. Like you need to start moving more. You need to start lifting more, heavy lifting and stuff like that in the gym. They were also saying like stuff that you eat, like processed foods and stuff like that is increasing the estrogen level. They're also telling me you need to slow down. Like your stress level is way too high and it's increasing your estrogen. And so I had all of these different things that they were telling me about my body that I had no freaking clue about. All I knew is that I was foggy brain. I didn't have energy to do pretty much anything. I was just a havoc to be around. I was just all kind of emotionally crazy. And I guess that would make sense because my estrogen level was high. And that might, really explain, why women, let me stop right there. I'm not going to do that. No, I'm not going to do that. But anyway, my estrogen level is crazy. So what they did, I eventually got put on testosterone replacement therapy, which I still do to this day. Just a shot right there in my butt or in my thigh. Just stick right there, stick it in. But I do testosterone replacement therapy, and then I also I take like an estrogen blocker, so they can like make sure that it keeps my estrogen level. And then every 3 to 6 months, whatever it is, I go back in, I do the blood level, and I see where my testosterone levels are at. I see where my estrogen levels are at, and I can make sure that everything is exactly where it's supposed to be. I can also see if I have a deficit. If I'm deficient in vitamin D, if I'm deficient in vitamin B, if I'm deficient in if I need more omegas, if I need more krill oil, the way that I work out. I need my joints and everything to make sure that they're working at optimal level. I need them to make sure that my kidneys are still good. I need to make sure that my liver is still working right. I need to make sure that my heart is still pumping the way that it should and that it's not overworking itself or I'm not overworking it. So it's like all these different things that you really want to look at. It's crazy. We take better care of our vehicles than we do our actual body. And that's problematic. Like we should want to take good care of our bodies. Like this is the body that you have. But it's not just what you eat. It's also what you watch. Considering, when I talk about what you watch, Netflix been dropping like some bangers lately. I gotta admit, and because I used to didn't be a big movie person, but I'm doing like an hour and a half, 2 hours of cardio a day. So at this point, when I'm walking on the freaking treadmill for an hour, I just need to throw on a movie and just get it over with. Because I don't think there's anything in this world as boring as just walking on the treadmill. And so walking on that stupid thing, like, I've been able to look at some really, really dope movies. I don't know if you guys saw the movie Luther on Netflix. Oh my! If you like psycho thrillers, you would absolutely love that. I'm a psycho thriller type of thrasher type of movie watcher, but that goes against the whole thing. You need to make sure what you're watching is going to be uplifting, going to be encouraging to you, and not going to add you extra stress. That movie didn't add me any extra stress, but I'm just saying for you need to make sure that you're watching something that's going to be uplifting, positive. Going to really encourage you to get you where you need to be. And but I got so much more I want to tell you. But before I do that, let me take a quick break. This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. Give online therapy a try at betterhelp.com/Lindsay's and get on your way to being your best self. Hey, listen. Now, we're sitting here talking about what you're putting in your body, and we're talking about what's coming out of your body. And it's some stuff that's already been in you that you need to get out of you. You know what I'm talking about? And that's that trauma. You got to deal with that stuff. You got to deal with that stuff that's like hidden in the dark and like the stuff that you don't want to talk about. I know you got family issues. You may have some secrets. You may, whatever it is, like marriage issues, children, food problems, like addictions, like whatever it is, like that it's coming from a place, and that trauma, you got to deal with that trauma. And if you don't deal with it, ultimately that trauma is going to deal with you. Which is why it's so important that you don't wait. Like you really reach out to organizations and to companies that can, and to businesses that can help you. And I'm telling you, there is no one that is better than BetterHelp. They provide the therapist that you need, that listening ear, so that they can begin to add verbiage to your pain. Because you may not even know how to identify it. You don't know how to process it. They can put you on the pathway to be able to get you to where you need to be. So if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. I've done therapy. I've been in therapy for years. My therapist has to put up with me. I'm a lot. But hey, if I can do it, trust me, you can do it. It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Discover your potential with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/Lindsay's today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Lindsay's. BetterHelp, HELP.com/Lindsay's, LINDSEYS. And we are back. And, like I was telling you, it's like, I don't know what it is. Like Netflix really been dropping some really, really dope bangers. There was another movie. I love all the war movies. Don't tell me, don't judge me there, but I love all the movies. But there was one movie in particular I really wanted to tell you guys about. Oh gosh, what is the name of that movie? Oh my goodness. It is, it's a thriller. It's like, oh my gosh, what is the name of that movie? It's a thriller. It was like a guy, I don't want to give the movie away. Oh, and I pulled it up. I pulled up my Netflix account, just like go through all the movies that I've seen. And I cannot seem to find it. What is the freaking name of that movie? But anyway, oh wow. Well, Love is Blind is on here, and that's like my wife's favorite thing in the world. I don't know if you guys watch. If you're into real romance, relationship shows, like that's great. Dang, I can't think of the name of the movie, but it's a great psycho thriller. Maybe I'll remember here in a few minutes because I watched it like back to back in the gym because it was so good. But it's not a new movie. It's a movie that it came out, I think in 2016. And then and so they're replaying the movie now. And maybe they got rid of it because it's a new month. Maybe that's what it is. No, it's not 12 Strong. But I have seen 12 Strong. 12 Strong is amazing. If you haven't seen 12 Strong, again, any movie that is like good army movie is really dope. But this is like a psycho thriller. I think it came out in like 2016, but then it came back on Netflix. Netflix put it out as like a new movie, and it sucks. Like it's gonna bother me. You ever been sitting down somewhere and you're just like, crap, when you can't think of something, like it really just starts to bother you. So I know it's going to bother me that I can't find the name of the movie is, but nevertheless, anyway, we're moving on. Anyway, but yeah, you need to make sure that you're finding like, the stuff that's going to really be able to help you, to encourage you. And if I can even add to that, add comedy into that. One thing that has really helped me in the morning when I wake up and I can feel the anxiety coming on, I turn on my favorite comedian. My favorite comedian is Jim Gaffigan. I absolutely love Jim Gaffigan. You know, to date, I won't go. I don't like going to comedy shows. I don't like going to parties. I don't like going to that stuff. I like being at home. I'd rather watch it on TV. But to date, he is the only comedian that I went to go see in person. He was in Vegas. My wife took me for my birthday. I got to sit on the front row, which was so cool just to listen to his whole set. Jim Gaffigan, is my favorite comedian ever. And so I will turn on Jim Gaffigan, comedy and just let him just go. Let him go. Just let him go. Just let him go. And I find that, like, even in the morning, just kind of listening to that, and I've listened to a lot of his stuff over and over and over again, but I found that for me, listening to that, even though I'm familiar to it, because I am familiar to it, it gives me a sense of calm, because it's like I don't have to have any anxiety or anticipation of what he's going to say, because I kind of already know what he's going to say. And then on top of that, listening to him, like I still laugh at a lot of the stuff that he says, and it's because it's so real. It's just about life, and it's like, man, like I agree with that, and I just laugh at it. Even though I've heard the joke, and my wife she'll be like, dude, you've heard this joke like 30 times. I'm like, I know I have. I can recite the joke, but it never gets old to me, and I'll just listen to it. Or even there are times where, like, where I'm sitting down somewhere, or I may be getting stressed out, or I'm getting ready to eat lunch during the day, but I'm putting work away, and work has been stressful. Hey, I'll take my phone and I'll put on my favorite TV show. One of my favorite TV shows, my old favorite TV show, The Office. And I'll put on an old episode of The Office and I will go crazy. Now, I don't know if y'all have seen, it's three TV shows during the week that I watch, well, really four that I watch. Number one, I watch wrestling. I'm a WWE guy. I watch wrestling. Boom. And so that's on Monday nights, Mondays and Fridays, right? On Tuesday nights, there was a show. I don't think it's still coming on now. I don't know if you guys watched the 1,000-Pound Sisters, but oh my gosh, I laugh the entire time just at stuff that they say, that whole Kentucky drawl, and just, it is they're not even trying to be funny, but just, I'm so infatuated with that show. I watched 1,000-Pound Sisters, and I just, oh my goodness, Tammy, and I love the show. I love 1,000-Pound Sisters. And then on Wednesday nights, you have Abbott Elementary. I don't know if you've seen Abbott Elementary. If you haven't, like, that is like, when The Office went off, I was pissed because I didn't have anything to watch, and I haven't been watching TV since then. And then I found Abbott Elementary, and it kind of gave me a new love for a new sitcom that I wanted to watch over and over again. And so Abbott Elementary is a staple. And then I also watch Bel-Air. Bel-Air is like super dope, super cool. I love watching Bel-Air. It's just an amazing, amazing show. I don't know, because it's culturally relevant. It has all these different things that I really rock with, I really flow with. But, just stuff like that, where in the past I would feel so bad because I'm like, I'm watching TV. But I'm realizing that you want to give yourself that downtime. Just find that little stuff that you like, and then really just indulging yourself every now and then. Like, my son is on this kick right now where he's like, he's really focused on football. He wants to make a certain weight. He wants to get stronger. He wants to do everything. So I've been talking to him. Hey, son, like, you got to make sure you're taking care of what you put in your body. And so we talk about labels, and, he used to love to go to Starbucks, and I'm like, okay, well, that's cool. You can go and get a drink, but I want you to understand what's in this drink. I want you to look at the sugar content. I want you to look at this. Look how many carbs is in this, how many of this. And he'll go and he'll look at it, and he's like, Dad, that's a lot of sugar in it. I'm like, yeah, it's a lot of sugar. Or he'll be in the store and he'll get like a lemonade or get a juice, and he's like, he'll turn around. He's like, Dad, that's 43 grams of sugar. And I'm like, yeah, look how many servings. And so I'm talking about this stuff. So he looks at it. He's like, yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that. And then even the stuff where it says sugar-free on it, we go down to the ingredients, and he's like, oh man, they put all of this in it. And so we talk about it. We look at it. We research it. So even like, my 10-year-old is getting into this into this habit. I want to get it into him and the rest of my kids soon enough. I want to get it into them. Like, you really want to make sure that you watch what you're putting in. But one of the things that I kind of have to remind him of, because he'll come to me and he's like, Dad, like the other night, my daughter was making brownies. Yes, my 7-year-old daughter was in the kitchen making brownies. And they turned out to be amazing too. But she's making brownies. And so my son, he was all bummed out. And I go in the playroom and he was playing the video game. And I'm like, what's up? And he's like, well, Taylor's making brownies, Dad. And I'm like, yeah, so what? And he was like, I know I can't have any because there's like a lot of sugar in it. And I was like, bro, you can have some, just don't eat the whole thing. Like, bro, you got to treat yourself, like indulge a little bit. Like don't make this a law, because if so, you're going to hate food. Like, indulge. And so I told him, I said, look, bro, I'll eat a brownie with you. And he's like, yeah, you will? And I'm like, yeah, because he knows what kind of plan I'm on right now. And brownies are absolutely no for me. But I'm like, yo, I'll eat this with you so it won't make you feel as bad. And he's like, okay, let's eat it. So we both sat there. We both ate the brownie. Afterwards, we both regretted that we ate it because we ain't been eating sugar like that for so long. We were like, this don't even taste right, But nevertheless, like you want to make sure that you're not so stringent with certain stuff, because it just kind of throws off the whole thing. Like, in fact, even like the gym, like go in the gym and have fun with it. Like, find something that you love. If you don't want to go in and lift heavy, don't. Like, find classes. Like, if you're more of a dancer, find like a hip hop or, a line stepping class, or do Zumba. I don't know if they have Zumba anymore. Like, if you want to do something with a group or do a rowing machine, like do a spin class. I love spin. Get the Peloton. I did the Peloton this morning. Like, do the Pelotons. You can be on there with other people. Find something that you love to do and that's fun, and then let that develop that discipline within you. Just make sure that you really focus on what you're putting in, because what you put in, it matters. If you put crap in, you're going to only get crap out. And that's just the way that it goes. Unfortunately, that's the way it goes. But y'all know how much I appreciate y'all always rocking with us over and over and over again. Man, I hope that my wife feels better so that she can come back and she can join us again. I know that y'all miss her. I mean, I miss her being here, because that means I got to talk to y'all by myself, and it ain't always like I want. But nevertheless, man, I appreciate y'all legit. I really do. Make sure you share this with your family, your friends. Make sure you subscribe. All those great things, man. If you share it with people on social media, man, it'd be really, really amazing. Again, this is Life with Heather and Cornelius. God bless y'all. Introduces. I'm out.